Ever imagine AI handling all those annoying tech problems? Or even discovering new medicines? Well, we might not have to wait long. Today, we're diving into three big AI applications making news. NVIDIA's QuantumX for cybersecurity, Northeastern University's AI drug discovery, and then there's OpenAI's Operator. That one's promising to automate a ton of our daily tasks.
Yeah, and what's really exciting is these aren't just like future ideas, they're actually showing real results already.
Okay, so like real-world stuff?
Exactly. Take NVIDIA's QuantumX, it's tackling cyber attacks, which are huge, by combining AI with this quantum-inspired computing. It creates a network that's basically self-healing.
Self-healing. Hold on. It can fix itself if a hacker attacks.
Yeah. It predicts and neutralizes attacks all on its own, all in real time. The key is it can analyze massive amounts of data, like petabytes. Imagine analyzing all the info on the internet constantly.
Whoa, that's a lot of data.
Right, and that's how it spots stuff traditional systems miss. The results are pretty amazing, actually. Early users are seeing breach response times that are 68% faster.
That's a big deal, especially with cyber attacks happening more and more. What are people saying about it, though? Are they excited or, I don't know, kind of wary of AI having so much control?
It's a mix, really. On Twitter, hashtag AI Cybershield is trending with both excitement and some, healthy skepticism. Some call it a digital guardian angel, but others are asking about privacy, like what happens if it's misused?
Right, right. That's definitely a conversation we need to be having. Now, let's shift gears to Northeastern University. You've got this AI project that's speeding up drug discovery, right? You mentioned it's already 3 times faster. How's AI actually doing that?
It's pretty wild. Imagine a library with everything about human genetics and molecules. That's basically what this AI is working with. And it goes through this data incredibly fast, finding potential drugs that could work for specific diseases.
So instead of researchers spending years in a lab, AI helps pinpoint the most promising leads.
Exactly. One of the biggest hurdles in making new drugs is the sheer number of compounds you have to test. AI narrows the search down, focusing on the ones that are most likely to succeed.
Okay, that makes sense. Now let's talk about something that could affect us everyday folks a bit more directly. OpenAI's Operator. People are saying it's a game changer for automating tasks, but how well does it actually work?
Well, Operator's designed to interact with computers just like we do. Think booking flights, adding stuff to your card online, even scheduling appointments. It uses visual perception to see the screen and then figure out what to do to complete the task.
Wait, so this AI can browse websites and click buttons for me? That's both super cool and kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing. In tests, it had an 87% success rate across all sorts of tasks. One demo I saw, it found concert tickets online while making a grocery list from a handwritten note and adding those items to a shopping cart, all at the same time.
Okay, that is impressive. But what about security? I mean, would you really want AI handling your passwords and credit card numbers?
I get it, that's a valid concern. OpenAI's built-in safeguards, though, like Operator will pause and ask you before doing anything with sensitive data. You can also delete your browsing history for more privacy.
Okay, those precautions are definitely good to hear. But gotta ask, are there any tasks that trip Operator up? I mean, no system's perfect, right?
You got that right. Some people on Reddit have been saying it can struggle with websites that have complex security. Things like two-factor authentication, those extra layers can sometimes confuse it.
Sounds like there's still some kinks to iron out then, huh? Especially with those trickier security features.
Yeah.
But man, it's amazing how far AI has come with automating stuff we used to do ourselves.
It really is. And OpenAI is always improving Operator. They even hinted they might put it right into ChatGPT. Imagine you could talk to the chatbot and have it do stuff in real time.
Whoa, hold on, that'd be huge.
Nah.
Like telling ChatGPT to, I don't know, book your whole vacation. Flights, hotels, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. It's a peek into a future where AI just helps us out with tons of stuff, giving us time and energy for other things.
Sounds pretty utopian, honestly. But I gotta admit, I still have some doubts. Like, what happens to our skills, our expertise, if we rely on AI too much? Do we lose the ability to, think for ourselves and solve problems?
That's a good point. It's important to see AI as a tool that helps us, not replaces us completely. It's about finding that balance, using it for repetitive stuff while we keep developing our own skills.
So not letting AI take over, but working with it.
Exactly. It's about collaboration, using AI's strengths, and recognizing our own.
Kind of like finding the right teammate.
Right.
Figuring out who's best at what.
You got it. And as AI gets even better, that teamwork's going to be crucial.
Okay, so all this sounds amazing, but there's that other side of the coin too. What about AI being used for bad stuff? We've seen deepfakes, misinformation. How do we make sure AI is used for good, not harm?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's something researchers, developers, even policymakers are working on right now. It's about setting ethical guidelines for how AI is made and used, making sure it's responsible and transparent.
So it's not just about making powerful AI, but making AI that's, like, aligned with our values.
Yeah, exactly. We got to be aware of what could go wrong and take steps to prevent that while still encouraging the good stuff.
It feels like we're at a turning point with AI, huh? We can solve huge problems, but there are also real dangers.
Absolutely. It's exciting and challenging, and having these conversations is key, especially as AI keeps advancing.
Well, we've covered a lot today, from what these new AI systems can do to the big questions they raise about, like privacy, security, even the future of work.
For sure, it's clear AI is already changing things big time, and that's only going to increase in the coming years.
Before we wrap up, let's bring it back to our listeners. What does all this mean for them? How could AI affect their everyday lives?
Well, imagine a world where your computer's always safe from hackers, new medicines are developed super fast, and you've got an AI assistant handling all those little tasks. These advancements could completely change how we live, work, even interact with the world around us.
It's really mind-blowing to think about how much these AI tools could change things. Makes you wonder about the bigger picture.
Yeah, for sure. We've talked about the good stuff, but there are definitely some challenges we need to think about.
Yeah, totally. Like, are there any jobs that operators just can't handle? What are its limits?
Well, even though it's super advanced, it still has trouble with tasks that need, like, a deeper understanding of things or human judgment. For example, writing a really persuasive email or negotiating a complicated contract. Those things still need human skills and intuition.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So it's not about AI taking over completely, but more like finding the right tasks where it can really shine.
Exactly. It's about figuring out how humans and AI can work together best, each doing what they're good at.
Kind of like putting together the perfect team, right? Figuring out who's the best fit for each role.
Exactly. And as AI keeps getting better, that partnership is going to be more and more important.
So where do you see all this going? What's your prediction for the future of AI, say, in 5 or 10 years?
Hmm. Tough to say for sure, but I think we'll see AI become even more integrated into our everyday lives. Imagine things like personalized healthcare recommendations based on your DNA, or smart homes that can predict what you need and adjust automatically.
That sounds pretty amazing, but also a little bit scary, to be honest.
Yeah, no doubt. There are huge possibilities, but also potential risks we can't ignore. It's really up to all of us to stay informed and make sure AI is developed and used ethically.
So for our listeners who've been with us on this deep dive, what's the main takeaway? What should they be thinking about as they go about their day?
I'd say the most important thing is to stay curious. Don't be afraid to try out these new AI tools and see how they can help you in your own life. But at the same time, be critical. Think about the potential downsides and ask yourself how we can make sure AI is used for good.
That's great advice. And don't forget, we're just at the beginning of all this. AI is constantly changing, and we're shaping the future right now. So stay engaged, keep learning, and be a part of the conversation.
Absolutely. And for anyone who wants to stay up to date on all things AI, follow at AI for the People. We're all about exploring the future of AI and making sure it benefits everyone.
Awesome. Great resource. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. It's been an amazing journey, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.